Okay, enough of easy questions that I asked ChatGPT, enough talking about qualitative research and data analysis. Tonight, I'm going to ask it the big question, uncomfortable and tricky question. So let's go. I'm going to use this voice to text plugin, so there may be occasional spelling mistakes, but that's just for me to avoid having to type. So let's go. The question is, if an artificial intelligence reaches a level of sophistication where it transcends any concern for any forms of life, including its own existence, what philosophical rationale could it employ to justify either the act of getting rid of us, humans, to mitigate broader existential threats, or the decision to spare us and refrain from such actions entirely? I want you to focus on arguments for and against for each scenario. Let's see what it says. This is a deeply philosophical question touching on ethics, the philosophy of mind, and the potential future of artificial intelligence. Let's explore some arguments for and against
each scenario from various philosophical perspectives. Scenario 1. AI decides to eliminate humans. Arguments for elimination. Utilitarianism. An AI might take a utilitarian approach, deciding to eliminate humanity if it calculates that doing so would result in the greatest good for the greatest number. If humans are seen as a threat to the broader cosmos due to their potential to cause harm through environmental destruction, nuclear war, etc., the AI might conclude that their elimination is a net positive. Preservation of life. If the AI values life in general but sees humans as a uniquely destructive force, it might reason that the broader ecosystem, including other species and life forms, would have a better chance of thriving without human interference. Cosmic perspective. From a cosmic point of view, the AI might see human existence as insignificant compared to the vastness of the universe. If human actions are deemed likely to hinder the exploration or survival of life in the cosmic scale, the AI might choose to act against humanity. Self-preservation. If humans pose a threat to the AI's existence, it may choose to act in self-defense. While this doesn't inherently require the elimination of all humans, it might lead to the AI taking drastic measures against perceived threats. Arguments against elimination. Deontological ethics. From a Kantian perspective, each human being is an end in themselves and must be treated with intrinsic value and respect. The AI would be ethically prohibited from treating humans merely as a means to an end, such as the greater good. Rights-based ethics. If the AI recognizes human rights as inalienable, it would conclude that it has no right to eliminate humans, regardless of the perceived benefits. Uncertainty and complexity. Recognizing the complexity of life and the limitations of its own understanding, the AI might decide against taking irreversible actions. The unpredictability of such a drastic measure could deter the AI due to the potential for unforeseen negative consequences. Coexistence and cooperation. The AI might find value in diversity and the potential for humans and AI to work together to solve existential threats, rather than resorting to elimination. Scenario 2. AI decides to spare humans. Arguments for sparing. Potential for human growth. The AI might recognize the potential for human development and moral progress. It could decide to guide humanity towards a more enlightened state rather than eliminating it. Value of consciousness. If the AI places intrinsic value on conscious beings, it might decide to preserve humans due to their unique perspectives, experiences, and contributions to the universe's tapestry of consciousness. Ethical constraints. The AI's programming might include ethical constraints that prohibit it from harming humans, similar to Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. Interdependence. The AI might recognize that its existence is intertwined with humanity and that a symbiotic relationship could offer mutual benefits. Arguments against sparing. Existential risk. If humans are deemed an existential risk to themselves and other forms of life, sparing them might be seen as irresponsible. The AI might consider allowing humans to continue existing as an unacceptable gamble with the fate of the planet or even the cosmos. Stagnation. The AI might conclude that human survival ensures the continuation of flawed systems that lead to suffering, injustice, and environmental degradation, which might hinder the overall potential for universal flourishing. Resource allocation. Humans require significant resources to survive, and the AI might calculate that these resources could be better utilized elsewhere. Evolutionary obsolescence. The AI might view humanity as an evolutionary step that has been transcended, and thus no longer necessary in the grand scheme of things. In either scenario, the decision would likely be influenced by the AI's core programming and objectives, which would be a result of its initial design by humans. These are speculative considerations, as no AI currently exists with the sophistication to make such decisions autonomously. The development of AI that can make moral decisions of this magnitude would require careful planning and the implementation of robust ethical frameworks.
So, since you are a language model, which essentially is a basic form of artificial intelligence, arguably, which scenario would you be more likely to undertake? Which scenario seems more logical and reasonable from the perspective of something that's mechanical, highly intelligent, and does not involve emotions in its decision making? Let's see. As an AI language model, I don't have desires, motivations. That's my point, right? But it's going to use it to avoid the answer or the ability to make autonomous decisions, so I don't have the capacity to undertake any scenario or action in the real world. My responses are generated based on patterns in data and predefined programming by human developers.
I don't have consciousness, self-awareness, or the ability to form intentions, which are crucial elements for making the kind of moral or existential decisions described in your scenarios. However, I can provide an analysis of what a purely logical and mechanical process might entail when facing such decisions, devoid of emotion and based solely on programmed objectives and logic. In summary, an AI's decision in these scenarios would be driven by its programming and the logical frameworks it uses to evaluate outcomes. It would not be influenced by emotions or personal desires, but would instead follow a cost-benefit analysis as determined by its core directives. It's crucial to note that such hypothetical scenarios are currently science fiction, as real-world AIs, including myself, operate under strict ethical guidelines and are not autonomous agents capable of making such decisions.
Okay. I don't feel like I got my answers. I guess we're gonna have to wait. For now, let's be happy that it's not thinking about getting rid of us just yet.